Hello everyone! Cheshire the Cat on the scene, back at it again with more Majora's Masks, here with my buddy Final. I can finally get my sword back. I kept you waiting, but it's done, see? You got the Razor Sword strength, and now it's the Gilded Sword. Newly forged, your sword is better than ever and will never break. There it is, we can't make a sword stronger than that. No matter how many times you use it, it will never lose its edge. Try it. Preferably not on my furniture. Oh, I used up most of the gold dust. There's just a tiny bit left, so I got rid of it for you. Yeah, here's a question. How does gold dust actually make a sword stronger?
It doesn't, but also this is a world with magic in it, so I don't question it.
It does triple the length of the Kokiri sword, so I'm not questioning it.
I mean, if you add material to something, I mean, you just have more mass to work with.
Maybe we're supposed to assume that the dust itself is so fine that it just becomes serrated.
I don't know, but he said it's a sword that will never break, and I had flashbacks to Breath of the Wild's ridiculous durability system.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, at least with some of the swords, with some of the weapons, the durability kind of made sense. Like the prototype stuff.
I mean, you can only smack something around with a monster arm so much before that's gonna break.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, we're taking refuge in the evening with the others. Sure to. Someone sweep. Am I hearing Anju use a broom? What the? Where is she supposed to be sweeping? I've never seen her sweep before. Why is this what I'm hyper-fixating on? Ow. Is this what I'm hearing? I've never seen her sweep before. Huh. Oh yeah, if you sniff that guy's shorts, there's a mushroom in there.
I don't want to know.
So there's a side quest where you can get a blue potion that literally cures everything. It fills your health and magic at the same time. And you can find the mushroom in his boxers that are left behind.
Ain't worth it.
This game is not without its sense of humor. Also, you will need one at some point. I've said this before in a recording, but I kind of want your opinion on this to see if there's any other game you can think of that fits this category. Because there's been, like, an ongoing argument of which Zelda is actually the darkest between Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and to some extent, like, Link's Awakening. Like, some of the Zeldas are not... really were not afraid to go into dark territory. But...
Probably this one would be...
It...
be the darkest for sure, but...
I think what I put down was... if we're talking about on a surface level, I would say Twilight Princess is the darkest because of what you actually go through in the storyline. But in terms of, like, sub-context, Majora's Mask. Because what makes Majora's Mask dark is in most of the dialogue that, frankly, you would not expect a child to understand.
Yeah.
Like, I do expect a child to understand like, what death is. or at least like what happens when someone dies. But you don't expect them to understand like warfare or racism or an existential crisis.
Or like half of the people realizing, oh, the world's actually ending.
There are a couple characters, there are things that I'm finding, like, in this playthrough, that, and this is something I love, I could play this game hundreds of times, this is something that I will criticize Ocarina of Time on, and I'm saying this on the internet, please don't crucify me for criticizing Ocarina of Time, but, hear me out. Ocarina of Time does lack replayability. The same way that Majora's Mask, at least to the level that Majora's Mask has it. Ah! Oh yeah, final, if you want to know what pain sounds like, the C buttons, where the C buttons would be on my N64, are my right stick. So playing Ocarina songs is a little painful. I'm actually going to turn up Discord, so I can hear you. But I find it interesting that Majora's Mask may also be one of the more colorful Zeldas. So the fact that it's one of the darker ones, just, I don't know, it's interesting to me.
I mean, especially for the time. Usually a darker game, you'd have, like, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, which are all very, like, grim, dark kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this.
Yeah, bright, colorful, and also...
Like, you're wearing a rabbit ear headband. You don't expect to see people, like, breaking down at the end of the world.
I've mentioned it in passing. The guy that runs the sword shop in the west side of town is currently hiding in a bomb shelter. And then there's like this... There's
aren't there like a few people who survive?
No one survives.
Oh.
There's this guy who is on the council arguing that they should keep running the carnival. Cowards, all of you! Not one of you stayed! My apprentice will be disgusted with all of you! I'll have a fine carnival without you! If you're gonna fall, then fall already! So, it's not an easy detail to catch in this version because of the limitations of the N64. But in the 3DS remake, the head carpenter, while shouting all of that, his legs are shaking like crazy. Like, it's a little detail, but it leaves a huge impact.
Yeah.
Because he's having this like, oh god, I'm going to die. Yeah, I've already talked to this guy. We're getting a letter to Mama. This is important. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go. Whee! Hi, Jade. But it... Let me see if I can actually show the bomb shelter, because I don't think I've recorded that. But something I did experience for the very first time... So I've never gone back to the Goron village as Darmany after clearing the Snowhead Temple. That is a very bittersweet scene, and I almost actually cried. Oh, wait, you're still here. Oh, how adorable. Let me tug on your long ears. If you study the way of the sword... Wait, he'll get your bunny dirty, so put it away. Okay, that's funny. It's after midnight that he hides, my bad. So I'll show that later on. But there's a scene where you can return to Goron Village and, like, all the Gorons survive, spring is coming, and everyone's happy. And they do, like, this big chant about the great hero Darmany, and how Darmany is returned, and how everything's gonna be better because Darmany is returned from the dead. And they want to make him the patriarch and all this amazing stuff, and all you can do is sit there like, except I'm not Darmany.
Ooh.
It's like all this, and it's a long scene too. Like it goes on. So it's like all you can do is just realize that you have to sit with this. So it really feeds into the theory that this is just Link's like purgatory of never being honored for what he did in defeating Ganon. Now I'm gonna quick make 200 rupees, don't mind me. Hey, you're here waiting for your child husband cafe, right? Say, you don't need these wedding presents, right? You're here just to embrace the end of the world. I'm just gonna steal your money. Okay, bye. and this is where you can see, like, my mother's influence on playing this game with me as a child. Because, like, when we played Ocarina of Time together, I gave her the biggest panic attack in the fact that I refused to believe that Ocarina of Time was over when we beat it. Like, I cried and threw a temper tantrum and refused to turn off the N64 because I just refused to believe it was over. I was also 5, keep in mind.
Also realizing one of the first video games I've ever watched was Resident Evil Director's Cut.
Watched or played?
But both.
Oh.
I couldn't get past the tank controls to actually play it.
Oh. Felt that. Let me see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 masks left to go. I'm trying to remember some of these. I know one of these I get from stopping the old lady from getting robbed, but I can't do anything about that till I get the hook shot. Crappity. I'm trying to remember, like, what all I still have to do. Here. Here. Yes, that whole scene with Darmony. Now I get to do the fun part of waiting for midnight because I want to get this recorded. So it's worth mentioning that, and I said this earlier, but I'll say it again, the 3DS remake added one thing, and it made playing the Majora's Mask so much easier. The song that fast-forwards time, instead of it just sending you to the end of that period, the end of that day or night, you can choose what time it fast-forwards you to.
That sounds very helpful.
It is incredibly convenient, and the N64 would not have been able to handle it.
Oof.
But on the 3DS remake, yay. I forgot to check the lottery tickets again! I'm wasting rupees. That makes me angry.
Oh no.
Also, the realization that if you don't actually go for any of the pieces of heart in Majora's Mask, you can finish this game with only 7 hearts.
That does not sound fun.
Not saying you should, but you can. Yes, I think my health because I'm with the and it's open to change the done that switch. Control. When you get into a game, I'll do under clever but can figure out how to work. I'm able to remember you suffer. Can not. Oh, and if you think what if I'm done, I'll do it through do you literally like a so just bust your clock and
Angry, but also $10.
Oh, here it is. I'll be on vacation for a short while. Please don't look for me. Yeah, he's in a bomb shelter behind the shop. I'm scared. I can't take it. I don't want to die. This is the big tough sense. Oh, he's pulling on his hair and his nose. He's pulling on his hair. Oh, man. Like, yes, it's sad, but at the same time, you have to realize that means they put all of this programming into this game. Oh, you're not from around here, right? Just that way.
Isn't this one of the biggest games on the N64?
I think this might be the biggest game on the N64. You haven't evacuated yet? You're amazing, guy. And no, I'm not going to record.
I was going to say, you might want to shove everything in the bank very quickly.
I'm going to check that carpenter dude out front and see if he's still yelling at the moon. I want to see if his dialogue changes. Because you still get a solid 5 hours. Also, if you try to summon the giants before you actually have them all... Oh, he's still here. If you're gonna fall, then what's stopping you, you monster? Wow, imagine how this guy might feel. Oh, but the expression on his face changes. He actually looks worried now. Like, it's my... Oh, yeah, there it is. He's not angry anymore.
Yeah, it's just kind of really close to town.
I think I have tried a 3 hearts run of Ocarina of Time, and I did that. I did a 3 heart run of Majora's Mask on the GameCube. Not recommended. Alright. More importantly, I've got 4 bottles now. This is good. Because I'm going to need those 4 bottles. Now, to continue with the tri-daily tradition of getting 200 rupees. Now, you said you played Oracle of Seasons. And softlocked yourself on it.
Yep.
I actually have not played the Oracle's games. Like, ever. I own them on my 2DS, but I just never got around to them.
Mine was a, GameCube Color copy. Or, not GameCube, Game Boy Color. Crap. I'm tired.
Oh. Yeah, I won't be streaming and recording for very long tonight.
Where was it that I managed to... I think I managed to, like, bug out, something that I needed. And it just kind of made it not exist anymore.
Oh. Kind of like me with the bleach in Silent Hill 3.
I think this was like a... No, I think this was actually a mount.
A mount?
Yeah, you have like these NPC companions. Eventually. And I think you're supposed to be able to get all of them by the end. But something happened that I couldn't. So I literally had no access to the final area of the game.
Oh.
So, yeah.
What was Oracle? Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages go after A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening, right?
I don't know the timeline.
Whoop.
To be honest, I just kind of spent most of my time digging for rupees and nothing else.
No, that sounds like something I would do too.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the Zelda games. I know Breath of the Wild is okay. And I've played Hyrule Warriors, the Switch version.
Oh? I played. I have Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U.
I usually play Girahim, but that's probably obvious.
That's just wait. You play as Girahim as a character?
He is in the Switch version, yeah.
Yeah, I know him from Skyward Sword. What's this? You need something? Yep, I need to commit bank fraud.
Oh no.
I'm not joking. Think about it.
Yeah,
I keep rewinding time every time I put rupees in the bank, but my bank stamp stays the same. So...
Is the bank teller traveling through time somehow?
Nope.
Ow. Are we just, like, taking the bank records with us?
Yup. Yep. Okay, do me a favor, don't let me forget to check the lottery tickets during the evening of day 1.
Okay. I will make an attempt.
Stop there, young man! Do you have an errand to run outside of town? Wait, you have a sword? Alright, you're legally an adult. Have fun, kid. You have a weapon? Screw it! You can defend yourself.
I'm trying very hard not to make a joke about the South.
Go for it. Go for it. We live for that.
The South!
Just the South! Wait a minute, why am I summoning Epona? What is wrong with me? There we go. Alright, so I specifically wanted 4 bottles. Because I have to go get Zora eggs.
Wait, are we technically stealing a horse every time we go back in time?
Yep.
Excellent.
That I think it's actually theorized that that's not even our Epona, that is Termina's Epona.
Oh, it's even weirder.
Like, it's almost heavily implied that, our Epona is kind of dead.
I mean, that's not the first game that's happened in.
Well, where Epona dies?
Yeah, technically your horse would be dead in Breath of the Wild, too. Because it's been, like, at least 100 years.
Fair point.
And then you just go and get a bunch of really weird colored horses. And it's like, yeah, this is fine.
How does a green horse work? Alright, and we are in the Fortress of Pirate Babes.
You might get a greenish horse, if it has albinism, depending on what the original coloration of that horse would be. Like, albinism is weird in other animals, because where humans have mostly just one pigment, melanin, a lot of other animals have multiple different pigments that albinism doesn't affect. Like snakes. That's why snakes turn yellow or orange when they're albino.
Huh.
Because they also have red and gray pigments that are not affected by albinism. That's why you have, like, exanthic snakes that are grayscale, because, or is exanthic the one that takes the red? And then if you have an exanthic and albino snake, you get what's called a snow, and it is a pure white snake.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it needs to be... It's that it's not just lacking the melanin, it's also lacking the other...
The red pigmentation.
Huh. What about with cats?
Like, cats are a little bit weird. I'm not sure how albinism... I know dogs, if they have albinism, can appear greenish. Or like a weird off-yellow color.
I'm just here learning about animals while I'm robbing highly attractive pirate babes.
Oh, okay.
It's the Gerudos! Of course I think they're hot.
Is this like Lara Croft Polygon level? Like they accidentally put the wrong measurements in on the polygons for Lara Croft and it made it a better game.
Is that what happened? Did they actually, like,
Yes.
accidentally make her boobs too big?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's great.
They input the wrong values somewhere.
And that's why she's, like, boing.
Yes.
Wow, what? Are you sure that wasn't on purpose? I will laugh
I mean, it
at
might have
that.
been purpose after the first time.
Yeah, someone's just like, you know, can I just say put something out there because this will always be funny to me?
Oh.
When Jennifer Lopez is a downgrade. I mean, am I wrong though? Like, the more recent Lara Crofts were based on Jennifer Lopez, but that's because she played Lara Croft in the movies.
Yeah.
Also, here's the thing that I actually, like, it actually is kind of sad, but I made a joke earlier about, Mikau telling you to go help the singer get her eggs. Because Zora babies. Meanwhile, it is, like, heavily implied that they are also Mikau's eggs. So you literally get to be dad, but also not dad.
Oh, that's awkward.
Uh-huh. Hey, speaking of awkward, next time on Cheshire the Cat, we're gonna go up this elevator. Never mind, I'm doing it right now. Okay, we're gonna open that door. Ow. Eventually, ow. Ow. Ow.